The crack of the bat echoed like a gunshot through the dusty diamond, but Harmony didn't swing. She stood frozen at home plate, her father's voice booming from the sidelines. "Swing, damn it, swing!" As the ball sailed past, sealing another strikeout. In that split second, the weight of his legacy crushed her ribs, and she wondered if love could ever feel this much like suffocation. Then from the bleachers a pair of hazel eyes caught hers. Not judging, not expecting, just seeing her for the girl who dreamed in pirouettes, not power hits. Seville's relentless summer sun baked the air into a shimmering haze, turning the narrow streets of Triana into rivers of sweat and secrets. Harmony Riley, 17 and teetering on the edge of everything, wiped her brow with the hem of her oversized t-shirt, the one she'd stolen from her dad's duffel bag after one too many practices. It smelled like leather gloves and regret, a scent she'd grown to loathe as much as she loved the man who wore it. Her family had washed up in Spain 2 years ago, chasing dad's fading glory as a minor league baseball coach. "Europe's got soul, kiddo," he'd said, packing their lives into a rented Fiat. "But baseball's got heart. You'll see." What he meant was control, his control over a daughter who was supposed to carry the Riley name like a trophy. But Harmony had other plans. Slipping out of their cramped apartment at dawn, she'd cross the Guadalquivir River to the old flamenco hall repurposed as a ballet studio. There, amid the ghosts of gypsy dancers and the faint strum of invisible guitars, she found something baseball could never give her: flight. Her body, all long limbs and quiet fire, moved to Tchaikovsky like it was born for it. No crowds, no scoreboards, just the mirror reflecting a version of herself that didn't flinch under pressure. That first hook lodged in her chest the day she met Kira. It was a Tuesday, the kind where the heat clings like a bad memory. Harmony had arrived late, her sneakers scuffed from dodging tourists on the bridge. The studio door creaked open to reveal a class already in motion, arabesques and plies under the watchful eye of Madame Elena, a chain-smoking Russian exile with a voice like gravel. And there at the bar was Kira Voss. 18, all sharp angles and effortless grace, her black hair a silken curtain that swayed with every extension. She was American too, or half anyway. Her mom a painter from Brooklyn, her dad a diplomat who'd bailed years ago. Kira danced like she was unraveling a secret, each step a confession. Their eyes met during a grand jeté. Harmony stumbled midair, landing with a thud that echoed her heartbeat. Laughter rippled through the room, but Kira's smile cut through it. Warm, conspiratorial, like she'd been waiting for the mishap. After class, as the others filed out chattering about tapas and siestas, Kira lingered, toweling sweat from her neck. "You're new to the air up there, huh?" she said, nodding at Harmony's height. At 5'9", Harmony towered over most, a trait Dad called built for the mound. Kira, a lithe 5'6", made it feel like an asset. "More like crashing back to earth," Harmony muttered, cheeks burning. She busied herself with her bag, but Kira knelt beside her, close enough that Harmony caught the scent of jasmine and salt, Seville's perfume on skin. "Everyone crashes. It's the getting up that counts." Kira's hazel eyes held hers, steady as the river outside. "I'm Kira. You." "Harmony." It came out softer than intended, like a breath she hadn't meant to share. They fell into step together on the walk back, the city unfolding around them like a lazy fan. Horse-drawn carriages clopping past, street vendors hawking churros dusted with sugar, the distant toll of the Giralda bell. Kira talked easily. About her mom's latest mural of fractured saints, about sneaking into underground jazz clubs where the air hummed with saxophones and stolen kisses. Harmony listened, marveling at how words could feel like touch. She shared snippets of her own life. The endless drills on the makeshift field behind the cathedral, Dad's stories of Yankee Stadium glory that always circled back to one day, you'll pitch the shutout. Kira didn't pry, but her silences invited truth. By week's end, they were inseparable shadows in the studio. Madame Elena paired them for a pas de deux, a simple lift that turned electric. Harmony's hands on Kira's waist, firm then tentative, sent sparks up her arms. Kira's laugh bubbled low during rehearsals, her breath warm against Harmony's ear. "Trust the fall." Off the floor they wandered the Alcazar gardens, feeding stray cats amid orange blossoms, whispering dreams under Moorish arches. Harmony confessed her ballet obsession first, the way it made her feel weightless, untethered from the Riley script. Kira leaned against a fountain, water trickling like secrets. My mom's the same with paint. Says art's the only lie that tells the truth. Her fingers brushed Harmony's, accidental at first, then lingering. The world narrowed to that point of contact, skin on skin, pulse syncing like a duet. But Seville's charm hit barbs. Dad noticed the late nights, the spring in her step that wasn't from base running. Who's this friend got you smiling like a fool? He'd ask over paella, his fork pausing midair. Harmony deflected with half-truths, but guilt gnawed at her. He was her hero, after all, the man who'd taught her to throw a curveball at 12, who'd uprooted them for a coaching gig in Madrid that fizzled into this Spanish limbo. Now at 45, Jack Riley was piecing together a local league, American expats and eager locals under his gruff command. Baseball here's raw, Harm. Like us. You in for the exhibition next month? She nodded, throat tight. The exhibition was his Hail Mary, a showcase for scouts, a shot at legitimacy. And she was the star pitcher, or so he dreamed. But every mound she towed felt like betrayal. Kira became her anchor. One humid evening, after a grueling rehearsal where Madame tore into Harmony's Port de Bras, they collapsed on the riverbank, feet dangling over the edge. Fireflies danced like errant notes and Kira pulled a sketchpad from her bag. Her mom's old one, filled with charcoal ghosts. Draw me, Harmony teased, emboldened by the wine they'd swiped from a corner bodega. Kira's pencil scratched softly, capturing the curve of Harmony's jaw, the vulnerability in her eyes. When she turned the page, it wasn't just a portrait, it was a revelation. Harmony mid-leap, arms outstretched, free. You're beautiful when you're honest, Kira whispered, her voice threading through the night sounds. Cicadas, distant flamenco guitars. Their hands found each other again, deliberate now. Harmony's heart hammered as Kira leaned in, lips brushing cheek, then corner of mouth. A question soft as silk. Harmony answered, turning into it, the kiss blooming slow and deep, tasting of Rioja and revelation. It wasn't fireworks, it was a quiet unraveling, the kind that stitches souls. From there their world tilted. Stolen moments in shadowed alleys, where Kira's fingers traced Harmony's collarbone like reading Braille. Whispers in the studio loft. Bodies close in the afterglow of sweat and effort. Harmony felt seen truly. Not as Jack Riley's daughter, but as herself, raw and radiant. Kira spoke of futures. Studying dance in New York, away from Seville's golden cage. Come with me, she'd say, eyes alight. We could be us without the scripts. Harmony wanted to believe it. But doubt crept in like fog off the river. Dad's practices intensified, his eyes sharper on her form. You're distracted, kid. What's eating you? She'd force a grin, grip the bat tighter. The betrayal simmered unspoken. She was falling for a girl who danced circles around her father's world. Weeks blurred into a tapestry of touches and tensions. One afternoon, post-rehearsal, Kira dragged Harmony to a hidden taberna in Santa Cruz, walls papered with faded bullfight posters. Over pitchers of sangria, Kira confessed her own fracture. The diplomat father who'd left when she was 10, the mom who'd buried grief in canvases. Love's a risk, Harm, but the alternative? Stagnant. Her foot hooked around Harmony's under the table, a tether. Harmony shared fragments of Dad's pressure. The way his pride felt like chains, gilded but heavy. He sees baseball as salvation. For both of us. Kira's gaze softened. Then show him yours. That night they lay on a rooftop blanket, stars pricking the indigo sky, hands intertwined. Kira's head on Harmony's shoulder, her voice a murmur. I think I'm in love with you. The words hung fragile as glass. Harmony turned, cupping Kira's face, kissing her with the ferocity of unspoken fears. Me too. It was truth, terrifying and true. But truth has teeth. The exhibition loomed, Dad's big swing. Harmony threw herself into drills, muscles screaming in protest, her heart elsewhere. Kira noticed the shadows under her eyes, the flinches at mentions of the field. You're not his shadow, she'd say, pulling her into embraces that mended the fray. Yet the pull of family, of loyalty, of not shattering the man who'd raised her alone after Mom's cancer took her when Harmony was 6, clawed deep. The hook twisted deeper on a rain-lashed Thursday. Harmony had snuck out for a late class, Dad under the illusion of study hall. But as she twirled under the studio's rainy window panes, her phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. Saw you with that girl. Triana Bridge. Keep it quiet, Riley. Scouts watching. Anonymous, venomous. Panic surged. Had someone seen? Spied? The rain outside mirrored her tears, blurring Kira's concerned face as she approached. What's wrong? Harmony showed her the message, voice cracking. It's out. Or it will be. Kira pulled her close, fierce. Then we face it. Together. But fear rooted Harmony. That night, she lied to Dad for the first time, said practice ran long, blamed traffic. His hug lingered too long, proud and probing. My girl's got fire. Don't let it flicker. The storm broke subtly at first. Whispers in the expat community, sidelong glances at the market. Then betrayal. It was Tomas, Dad's assistant coach, a local with a grudge against Yankee showboats. He'd seen them, reported back in a haze of jealousy and machismo. Dad confronted her over breakfast, face thunderous, the anonymous text printed like evidence. Is this what you're throwing away? For that. The word hung, laced with confusion, hurt. Harmony bolted, rain soaking her as she ran to Kira's. They huddled in the tiny flat, Mom's paintings watching like silent judges. He'll come around, Kira soothed, but doubt cracked her voice. Harmony clung to her, the kiss desperate, a lifeline. I can't lose you. The fracture line spiderwebbed outward from that morning, turning Seville's golden days to ash. Harmony avoided home, crashing on Kira's lumpy couch, her point shoes her only armor. Dad's calls went unanswered, his voicemails a litany of pleas laced with pain. We need to talk, kid. This isn't you. But it was, the her she'd hidden now exposed like a raw nerve. Kira became fortress and fire, her touches a balm against the chill. They'd wander the barrio Santa Cruz at midnight, hand in hand under flickering lanterns, stealing breaths in alcoves where history whispered approval. Love like ours, Kira said once, tracing Harmony's palm. It's older than these stones. Yet conflict brewed, insidious as the Sirocco winds. Madame Elena pulled Harmony aside after a rehearsal where her steps faltered, heavy with unshed tears. Darling, the body betrays the heart. Fix it or the dance will break you. Harmony nodded, but inside she fractured further. Ballet demanded perfection. Love demanded truth. And Dad? He doubled down, enlisting Tomas for support, turning practices into interrogations. Focus, Harmony. Life ain't a fairy tale, it's a grind. His eyes, once twinkling with pride, now shadowed with bewilderment. He didn't rage, that would be easier. Instead, he withdrew, his silence a deeper cut, leaving her adrift in the wreckage of his expectations. Kira sensed the tide turning. Her own world tilted too. Mom, ever the free spirit, embraced their bond with paint-smeared hugs, but whispers from the diplomatic circuit hinted at transfers, uprootings. New York's calling, she told Harmony one evening, as they picnicked in Maria Luisa Park, pigeons scattering at their laughter. A conservatory spot. For both of us. The idea dazzled. Concrete canyons over cobblestones, spotlights over street lamps. But Harmony's stomach nodded. And Dad? I can't just leave him splintered. Kira's jaw set, hazel eyes flashing. He's splintering you. Choose life, harm, not obligation. The words stung, true as they were. That night their lovemaking, wait? No, their closeness, deepened in quiet ways. Foreheads pressed, breaths mingling, promises etched in whispers. Harmony traced the constellation of freckles on Kira's shoulder, marveling at how vulnerability could forge strength. You're my grace, she murmured. Kira smiled, fierce. And you're my ground. The betrayal crystallized 2 weeks before the exhibition. Harmony had mustered courage for a truce dinner. Paella at their favorite spot by the river, under strings of Edison bulbs. Dad arrived early, his baseball cap tugged low, hands fidgeting with a napkin. I miss you, kiddo. He started, voice rough. Harmony braced, fork midway to mouth. I miss us. But this girl, it's confusing me. Baseball straightforward, win or lose. This feels like losing you. Tears pricked. It's not losing, Dad. It's finding. She spoke of Ballet's pull, of Kira's light in her darkness. He listened, jaw clenched, then dropped the bomb. Tomas says the scouts are leery. Rumors. If you pitch clean, maybe we salvage it. But if not. His eyes pleaded, the subtext a knife. Choose me, choose the dream. Betrayal burned Tomas, feeding poison for his own climb. Harmony fled the table, the unfinished plate mocking her. She ran to Kira, collapsing into arms that held without question. "He wants me to bury us," she sobbed. Kira rocked her, voice steel-wrapped silk. "Then we rised louder." They plotted in fevered whispers. Harmony would dance at the exhibition's halftime, a rogue performance to declare her truth. Invite Dad, force the collision. Risky raw, but romance thrived on such edges. Rehearsals consumed them. Madame, sensing the stakes, loaned the studio after hours. Under moonlight slanting through high windows, they crafted a piece. A duet to Swan Lake. Harmony the fledgling bird, Kira the wind beneath. Lift soared higher, turned sharper. Each move a metaphor for their bond, fragile, fierce. Offstage, tensions simmered. Dad's text turned desperate. "Don't throw it away, Harm." "For what?" "A phase." Kira's mom mediated once, over herbal tea in their flat. Jack scared love. Men like him build walls, not bridges. But Harmony saw cracks in Kira too. Nights she woke to find her sketching escape routes. New York maps dotted with stars. The week of the exhibition, Seville sweltered, air thick with anticipation. The field, a patched-together diamond in the old fairgrounds, buzzed with expats in team colors, locals waving flags. Harmony pitched warm-ups with mechanical precision. Dad's nods a fragile piece. But her mind pirouetted elsewhere. Kira slipped into the stands incognito, a scarf over her hair, her presence a secret talisman. Halftime approached like a storm front. The crowd milled, beers in hand, as the local band tuned flamenco guitars for intermission flair. Harmony had arranged it through Madame. A cultural surprise, she'd called it. Heart-pounding, she changed in a tent, slipping into a simple white leotard, toes in point. Kira met her backstage, eyes shining. "This is us," she said, adjusting Harmony's ribbon. Their kiss was brief, electric, a vow. The announcement crackled. "And now a special performance from local talents." Spotlights hit the makeshift stage beside the mound. Harmony stepped out, the turf soft underfoot, a far cry from polished floors. Gasps rippled, the pitcher's daughter in tutu? Dad's face in the front row, shock, then dawning horror. Kira joined her, the duet unfolding like breath. Harmony's arms arced, body defying gravity. Kira's support unyielding, their forms intertwining in lifts that spoke volumes. The music swelled, violins weeping over guitar strums, a bridge between worlds. For 3 minutes magic held. Cheers built, tentative then thunderous. But midway a heckle pierced. Tomas from the dugout, voice slurred. "Freak show. Get back to the game." It spread, murmurs turning ugly. Machismo's ugly underbelly. Expat whispers of "not here." Harmony faltered, a spin gone wide. Kira steadied her, eyes locked. "Finish." They did, collapsing into final pose as applause warred with boos. Dad surged forward as lights dimmed, face ashen. "What the hell, Harmony? You humiliated us." His voice cracked, not anger, grief. She stood tall, Kira at her side. "No, Dad. I showed you me." The crowd blurred, but his eyes, raw reckoning, burned clearest. That night the dam broke. Back at the flat, Harmony paced, adrenaline crashing into sobs. Kira held space, brewing chamomile, her silence a gift. Then a knock, Dad soaked from the downpour, cap in hand. He entered like a penitent, eyes on the floor. "I saw it. The way she looks at you. Like you're the whole damn sky." Pause heavy. "I pushed because I was scared. Of losing you like I lost your mom. Baseball was my anchor. Thought it'd be yours." Harmony sank beside him, Kira hovering like a guardian. Words tumbled. Regrets, revelations. He admitted Tomas's sabotage, fired him on the spot. "You're not me, kid. You're better." Tears mingled, hugs fierce, the first crack in his armor yielding to light. But peace was tentative. The exhibition's second half loomed, scouts circling. Dad begged one more pitch. For closure. Harmony glanced at Kira, who nodded, brave. On the mound, under stadium lights mimicking Yankee glow, she wound up. The ball flew true, a strike slicing the plate. Cheers erupted, but as she walked off, it wasn't triumph, it was release. She wasn't his legacy. She was her own. In the weeks that followed, fractures mended, crooked but strong. Dad attended a ballet recital, fidgeting in his seat but clapping loudest. Kira's acceptance letter arrived, gilded with promise. "We go together?" she asked Harmony one dawn, river mist cloaking them. Harmony, point shoes laced, grinned. "Lead the way." Yet drama lingered in the margins. Tomas's whispers festered, a petition to clean up the leak surfacing online. Veiled homophobia from the old guard. Dad quashed it publicly, his speech at the next game a quiet thunder. "This team's about heart, not hate. My daughter's got more of both than any of us." The backlash stung, but solidarity bloomed. Expats rallying, locals sharing stories of hidden loves. Harmony and Kira's bond deepened in the forge. Lazy afternoons in the Alcazar, debating futures over gelato. Midnight rehearsals where steps blurred into stories. Kira taught her to sketch, lines capturing emotion's edge. Harmony pulled her onto the diamond for catch, gloves soft as confessions. "Opposites attract, huh?" Kira teased, lobbing a lazy pop fly. Harmony caught it, heart full. "Nah. We complete." As autumn gilded Seville's leaves, the high point crested. A joint showcase, ballet and baseball, a charity mashup Dad pitched, pun intended. Harmony danced the opener, Kira her mirror. Then in a nod to roots, she threw the ceremonial first pitch. Right into Dad's glove, crowd roaring. It was Harmony, literal and earned. But climax demands shadow. One eve as they packed for New York, crates of shoes and bats, Kira faltered. "What if it's too much? The city's a beast." Vulnerability rare for her. Harmony knelt, hands framing her face. "Then we tame it. Together." The kiss sealed it, tender, timeless. Dad drove them to the airport, his old Fiat groaning under suitcases. At departures, hugs lingered. His grip on Harmony fierce, then extending to Kira. "Take care of my girl." She nodded, eyes wet. "Always." As the plane lifted, Seville shrinking to a mosaic of terracotta and turquoise, Harmony squeezed Kira's hand. Below, the river wound on, carrying secrets. Above, skies endless. Love, she knew, wasn't a stage or a field. It was the space between where two souls dared to leap. New York hit like a fever dream, all honks and neon. A staccato rhythm that made Seville feel like a siesta. The conservatory loft they shared overlooked Washington Square. Ivy-clad arches framing buskers and dreamers, a far cry from flamenco echoes. Harmony enrolled in modern dance, her body adapting to concrete's pulse. Kira dove into choreography, her sketches evolving into full scores. Mornings blurred into bar work, afternoons into auditions where judges' nods felt like lifelines. Evenings, theirs, takeout falafel on fire escapes, laughter chasing the skyline's glow. Dad visited once that first semester, his loping stride out of place amid the bustle. He bunked on their futon, grumbling about subway rats but beaming at Harmony's first recital. "You move like lightning, kid. Wish I had half that spark on the mound." Over diner pancakes he shared news. The league thriving sans Tomas, a new assistant. A woman sharp as a slider. "Life's got curves, huh?" His wink bridged the miles, the hurts. But drama doesn't dissolve. It migrates. Backlash from Seville simmered across the Atlantic. Online trolls dredging the exhibition video, twisting their duet into scandal fodder. American import corrupts local purity. One headline sneered, Tomas's fingerprints all over it. Hate mail trickled. Envelopes with slashed photos, emails laced with slurs. Kira hardened first, channeling it into a piece called Unseen Leaps. A solo of shadowed defiance that wowed critics. Harmony struggled, doubts resurfacing like old blisters. "Am I enough?" she'd whisper in the dark. Kira's arms her harbor. "More than. We're rewriting the script." The real storm brewed in betrayal's echo. Spring brought a showcase invite from a prestigious troupe, Kira's dream slot, but it demanded a solo adaptation of their duet. "Make it yours," the director urged. Kira poured nights into it, emerging hollow-eyed, sketches frantic. Harmony supported, brewing coffee, massaging calves, but resentment flickered. "It's our story," she ventured one dawn, voice small. Kira snapped, exhaustion fraying her edges. "Art isn't custody, Harm. It's evolution." The words landed like a misstep, bruising deep. Silence followed, a chasm widening. Harmony threw herself into classes, pirouettes punishing her doubts. Dad called, sensing the rift. "Fights are fastballs, hit him straight." She didn't share, but his words lingered. Kira, meanwhile, confided in her mom over video. Fragments Harmony overheard. Feels like she's holding me back. Betrayal fresh and sharp. Not sabotage but stagnation's ghost. Climax crashed during tech week. Rehearsal ran late. Harmony waiting in the wings with lilies. Peace offering. But Kira's gaze skated past. Her focus on the choreographer. A poised woman named Lena whose feedback lingered too long, touches too casual. Jealousy coiled in Harmony's gut. Irrational but insistent. Post-run she confronted. Is this about us or moving on? Kira's face crumpled. God, Harm, it's pressure. Lena's just guidance. But you, sometimes you cling like Seville's still chaining us. The fight erupted in their loft, words flying like shattered glass. You think I don't push? I left everything. Harmony yelled, tears hot. Kira recoiled. And I pulled you. But love isn't a museum piece. In the melee, truth spilled. Kira's fear of codependency, born of her dad's ghost. Harmony's terror of abandonment, mom's shadow eternal. They parted raw. Kira to a friend's, Harmony alone with the river's distant memory. Days blurred into ache. Harmony danced through numbness, steps mechanical. Dad's package arrived then, a worn baseball inscribed. To my star, swing for the fences. Love, Dad. Inside a note. Heard from Elena. You're shining. Don't eclipse it. She clutched it, dialing Kira. Voicemail. Despair crested that night. Rain lashing windows like Seville's storms. Harmony wandered the square. Bench cold under her. Memories replaying. First kiss, rooftop stars, mounds release. Kira found her at dawn, drenched and determined. I can't evolve without you, she said, sinking beside. The solo? It's half empty. You're my counterpoint. Harmony turned, voice breaking. And you're my lift. But we can't drag each other. They talked till sunup. Honest, harrowing. Betrayals unpacked. Not each other but fears disguised. We're human, Kira murmured. Messy, magnificent. Their hands linked, a bridge rebuilt. Resolution bloomed slow. Humanistic in its imperfection. The showcase night hummed electric. Kira's piece opened. Unseen leaps. Now a duet invite extended last minute. Harmony joined on stage, unscripted. Their bodies sinking in forgiveness's flow. Lifts lifted higher, turns tender. The audience gasped, then thundered. Critics raved. A testament to love's resilient arc. Dad watched via stream, texting mid-curtain. Proud doesn't cover it. You too? Unstoppable. Postpose in the green room, Kira pulled Harmony close. Partners? In art, in us. Affirmative kiss, soft as new snow. Years folded forward. Harmony choreographed for Broadway, infusing baseball's grit into balletic narratives. Tours of diamond dreams, blending worlds. Kira directed indies, her film's poetic odes to hidden graces. They married in a quiet Central Park ceremony, Dad officiating his vow. I do for the girl who taught me to dance. Mom's painting hung central, saints smiling. Seville called them back once for a league gala. Dad, graying but grinning, introduced my daughters to a crowd that applauded without irony. Tomas, faded footnote, coaching kids with kinder eyes. On the Giralda's shadow, Harmony and Kira waltzed slow. River whispering below. From hooks to home, Kira teased. Harmony laughed free. And every step between. In the end it wasn't happily ever after, no tales are. But it was human. Flawed, fervent, forward. Love, they learned, isn't a spotlight or a strikeout. It's the quiet choice to rise together every dawn.